And joining us now is former Congressman Ted Deutch, now CEO of the American Jewish Committee, which hosted last night's event at the Jewish Capitol Museum. Thank you so much for being with us under these circumstances. It is so shocking to hear these accounts of what happened last night. How's everyone who was there holding up this morning?
It's a really difficult morning after a horrific night last night. It's interesting, the conversation that you just had about how the investigators, what the law enforcement might charge this murderer with, and what kind of security might be necessary at Jewish events. Those are all important questions. But I think for the Jewish community, what we hope people understand finally is that when someone dresses like a terrorist, when they call for the destruction of the one Jewish state, when they scream in support of Hamas terrorists who massacred Jews, that leads to real violence in the real world. That's what we saw last night. And this morning, not just those of us who were tied to what happened there directly, but in the Jewish community around the world, literally around the world, I've heard from Jewish leaders everywhere, there is an enormous sense of fear and dread, but also the hope that finally our friends and neighbors will come to understand why we cannot tolerate this growing and dangerous and violent anti-Semitism.
And let's put up the pictures of the victims again. This beautiful young couple just out for a night on the town, we're told. What more can you share about Sarah Milgrim and Yaron Lischinsky?
Well, Sarah and Yaron are both close partners, friends of American Jewish Committee of AJC. Sarah is deeply involved with our organization. We work closely with Yaron, and they were participating in our event last night that was focused on diplomacy, on humanitarian diplomacy, on trying to help make people's lives around the world better, to help strengthen the Middle East for everyone who lives there. That's what our organization is about. It's what the Jewish people is about. And this beautiful couple was just trying to advance those noble aims. And they left our event and were gunned down. It's a terrible, terrible loss of two beautiful souls. And I hope everyone will take a moment to just reflect. Look at this picture. They could be your children. They could be your grandchildren. Everyone has a role to play in standing up at this moment and just declaring that we're not going to tolerate anti-Semitism, because last night reminds us where it can lead and the damage it can do, not just to the Jewish community and these two beautiful souls, but the damage that it can do to our society as a whole.
And again, as you were describing what this event was all about, I understand the panel that was at this event was about bringing humanitarian aid into Gaza, about helping people. How difficult does it make it that this specific function was targeted?
It's the reason that the Jewish community, as resilient as we are, as much as we will continue to stand strong and proud as Jews everywhere in the world, and to continue to contribute in all of the communities where we are to make the world a better place, as resilient as we are, last night's event was supposed to be a night of hope, and about one that focused on a brighter future for everyone in the region, for Jews and Palestinians, for people across the region. That's the work that we do. That's what should have been the focus of last night. It's what we should all be talking about today is hope, and instead we're talking about despair. We can't despair. We have to build from this. We have to honor the memories of those who were killed, and work doubly hard and really double down as much as we can to ensure that what we saw last night never happens again, and that the words of anti-Semites, the incitement that we've seen in too many places around the world, be treated as it is, understanding that this could be the deadly result if we don't act.
Former Congressman and current CEO of the American Jewish Committee, thank you so much, Ted Deutch, for joining us.